Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Tara, the Crazy Keto Girl, and if you are new, I am currently in week 6 of my keto reboot. The first time I did keto, I lost 121 pounds, and now I am trying to re-lose a bunch of weight that I gained because I have an ED, and I'm now working with a team of professionals to try to work through that and have a healthier life. Now, into the meat of things, right? So we are in week 6. I'm just gonna get it out of the way now. I'm probably not gonna get a new ketone meter until next year, right? So 2021 is probably when that's gonna happen. So I'm not gonna be able to do ketone readings until then, which is fine to me. I know you guys like the data and I like the data, but it's just, it's gonna be a bit before that happens, which I just wanted to put it out there so every week I'm not like having to harp on the fact that I don't have the new kit yet and I didn't get more strips and all that kind of stuff. So that out of the way, things in general are going pretty well. I find that I feel good day to day and like the cravings have subsided, but like the mental stuff is still really strong. So I haven't been getting like sweets cravings or anything like that, which is nice. That's something that I've always really liked about keto, is that it really suppresses that kind of stuff for me most of the time. But the kind of, I don't know how to describe it, but like the running inner dialogue that happens, it's still happening and it's still difficult. But I've been working to manage that, and so you know, there's different tools, right? Like there's counseling, which everything is happening kind of via Zoom, which I've actually found, if I'm being perfectly honest, I've found more triggering than helpful. And then I really feel like the thing that actually does help me the most is the tools that I'm picking up from OA. And I know that that's not a program everybody wants to use, but it's something that I have been just kind of blown away by. Out of everything that I've used, any, you know, diets or like behavior modification, counseling, nutritionists, doctors, out of everything that I have tried, OA has been the best thing for me. And has given me the most relief and has given me a sense of normalcy. That's the wording that's coming to me, and I know that's not right, but like it's given me a way to not feel like I'm just this massive screw up and that everything is my fault. And you know, if I was just more determined, if I wanted it more, if I like whatever, like then this wouldn't be happening to me anymore. And like none of those things are true, right? Like I want it, it's just I'm contending with something, and having an eating disorder and binging and all of these things is different than just overeating, and it's different than just not knowing about nutrition, because you can know and still have an eating disorder, you know what I mean? So like it's difficult. But it's something that I'm navigating, and I'm finding that like I don't feel the like internal struggle as strongly or every single day like I was in the beginning. But it is still difficult, that's for sure. Some things that I've been doing to help keep myself on track and accountable, which I don't think these are going to be forever techniques necessarily, but I guess 3 things. First is being honest, right? So acknowledging that I have these patterns of behavior and that these are things I do, and then acknowledging when they happen the most frequently for me. So for me is when I'm alone, because that's definitely the easiest time to do it, and to do it with the least amount of guilt, although there's always guilt, but like the least amount of guilt. So when I'm alone, and then also heightened negative emotions are very triggering for me, and so I'm using OA tools for coping and dealing with that, so that those things don't turn into binging. It doesn't turn into eating. So there's that, and then the other one is nighttime, and I think it goes back to that piece of being alone. Like there's a little bit more privacy, there's just more opportunity, I guess, especially because my husband works nights, so he goes to work, and then it's just me and the kids are asleep, and I'm kind of free to do what I want. So the first piece was being honest about all of that. And then I needed to do something, right? So in regards to the emotions, I have people that I can reach out to. I can journal, I can do these things. I have a step, there's a step in the 12 steps specifically designed for dealing with emotions. And so that way you aren't triggered into returning to those behaviors, right? So using those tools. I also am using prayer now, which I know isn't for everyone, but it helps me. The second thing that I've been doing is not allowing myself to be alone if I can help it. So like obviously like I'm still alone when my kids go to bed, right? But like if I have to run to town to go grocery shopping, or if I have to go run errands or something, taking somebody with me helps keep me accountable and keep me from just stopping and sneaking something and eating it and then getting rid of the evidence before I get home. That is helpful. And I don't think that I'm gonna need to like rely on a buddy system forever, but like right now I'm just like, you're still in a vulnerable place, maybe don't hang out by yourself. Because I can't avoid food, like food is everywhere. So like if I have a buddy, I feel stronger and more capable of saying I'm not gonna do that. And then the other big thing is for at night, right? So I have my routine, I get the kids to bed, and then I have like some evening chores that I do, and then after that I have free time. And so I have a set bedtime because I could easily stay up very late into the night. So I have a set 10 o'clock bedtime. And I will, if I feel like I'm in danger of binging or eating something that is not what I want for myself, if I feel like the urge is too strong to handle, that is when, I check in with myself for emotion stuff. But if it's nighttime, kids are in bed, I've done my chores, but it's still before my bedtime, now I go brush my teeth and I go to bed early. Because brushing my teeth, for one, mentally ruins the idea of eating. Not that it's always stopped me in the past, but it's like just one more thing that will like kind of put a barrier between me and food. And then I will go to bed early. There have been days I literally go to bed right after my kids do. Like I put them to bed, I do the dishes, I fold the diapers, and then I go to bed. Like I don't stay up, I don't loiter, and I just go. And I think that it's helpful in a few ways. One, because then I'm just like not engaging with those behavior, like the behavior of binging, but then also like ignoring the impulse to do it. But also like I benefit from getting more sleep, right? So there's benefit to just deciding to go to bed early instead of staying up and dealing with the racing thoughts of like, hey, you should go eat things. So anyways, that was kind of a ramble. I hope that made sense. It's just been some stuff I've been kind of working through these last several weeks, and I felt like I wanted to share them with you. Something else I discovered that I have to do this week specifically is eat more. I realized that despite the fact that I am consistently losing weight, except for that 1 week when I was on my cycle, and it's pretty small, but like I'm losing weight every week, which is great. But I did notice that I would had slowed down, because occasionally I peak during the week, and I had noticed that I was actually up, and I was like, how am I up? Like I'm never eating. And the kind of light bulb went off, and I remembered that I've had that problem in the past. So after that, I started making sure that I was eating 3 times a day, no snacks, but I was eating 3 meals a day. And when I started doing that, I immediately started dropping weight again. And so I know that there's a bunch of people and evidence, I guess, now that the whole starvation mode thing is a myth, especially when you're as big as me and you have tons of stored energy, right? Like you can't, like, it just seems impossible. But I remembered and have relearned the fact that if I do not eat enough, I do not lose weight. And it sounds counterintuitive, like it sounds so counterintuitive because everybody's solution is eat less and you'll lose weight. But I've figured out that with my body, if I don't eat enough, then I just hold everything and I don't lose weight. So staying really on top of that and making sure that I'm eating, and at least those 3 meals, especially because on keto, I'm not really hungry. So it's very easy for me to try to intermittent fast. It's something that it just happens naturally for me because my hunger just kind of goes away when I'm on keto. So it's difficult because I have to make myself eat when I'm not hungry, which feels very counterintuitive to what I want to do. And I feel like I'm saying counterintuitive a lot, but that's what this journey really feels like to me, because I don't know I don't even really know what normal is, and like I'm learning what normal eating is and like how to navigate all of that. And so all of it, I guess, is counterintuitive to me. Like it's not what I would do normally, right? But yeah, wanted to let you guys in on what's going on, let you behind the curtain a little bit. And then I guess I will just finish this off with the weigh-in. So I'm gonna put it here today. This week I weighed in at 473.8 pounds, which has me down 2.4 pounds from last week and is a total loss of 36.6 pounds so far. So in 36.6 pounds in 6 weeks. So not too bad. I feel like I am forgetting something. Oh, duh. How many days I've been binge free. I knew I was forgetting to tell you guys something. So that is actually still going strong. I'm very excited. I have finally passed my 60-day mark. You can see here, 62 days. So I have been binge free for 62 days, which is amazing. And like, if I was able to go to meetings, but we can't because of COVID, but if I could, I would have got a cool little 60-day coin and it would have been awesome. And everybody would have given hugs if we could go, but we can't. So I'm just gonna pretend that it happened. I need to try to find my old 60-day one because I did make it 90 days, I think, before in program when we were still able to go before COVID happened and everything fell apart. So I think I made it 90 days was as far as I got in my chips, but yeah, I made it past the 60-day mark and that's really, really exciting. And yeah, so things are good. I don't want everything I said before to make it seem like I'm over here just dying. Like I'm not. I'm doing really well. It's just a lot of work, especially like mental work. And I don't think that the people that I see anyway talk about that as much. It's always very focused on the food and it's always very focused on the exercise, which are both very important. But like the mental difficulties of getting through something like this is also really important. And like the coping strategies and like the things that I'm like practically doing to get through, I think is also really important. So hopefully you find those things helpful if that's something that you're struggling with as maybe ideas to try. And yeah, so that is it. I just want to thank all of you guys for your support. You guys have been so great and I appreciate all of you so much. And I will see you guys next week and hopefully I won't be crying. Oh, why am I always crying? I love you guys. Bye.